Hello everyone, it's Sarah from Plan Sarah Plan, and welcome to my July setup plan with me, the month view, notes page, and the dashboard. I'm using a kit that I made. I've been making all of my monthly kits for the last several months, and this one's super patriotic, red, white, and blue. And I've got the monthly stickers, and then I've got some for my dashboard page and some for my memory verse page and some decoration stickers. So we're going to start with the monthly view, and this is the first month that I'm setting up in my brand new academic year Erin Condren LifePlanner. And so we're going to test this out. I didn't resize any of my kits from last year to this year, so we'll make sure this fits, but it looks like it's okay there. And then we'll do this side. Is just a little bit easier upside down. I cannot take the pages out of my binder because I'm no longer in a binder, so that is a little bit of adjustment, especially when it comes to writing with your hand right up next to the coil. That's something that I remember being tricky sometimes, but not terrible. That's just, it's not a huge problem, in my opinion. Okay, so that is our color scheme, and I'm always a fan of checks and plaid, so I made sure to put those same checks here in the big box on my dashboard. And so what we're gonna do now is go into time lapse while I put numbers on all of the dates. Great. So I love patriotic stuff. I love red, white, and blue in the summertime. I'm a patriotic gal and I enjoy it. So let's put this sidebar on, and I'm not turning the page sideways, so let's hope that this works well. It seems to have worked. Let's make sure it didn't. Yeah, that worked well. And then I've got some very skinny strips of like stars and stripes washi tape that I'm actually going to turn the planner upside down for this page to place. But I want it to be right at the bottom edge of the planner. All right, so let's just get chatty now. A box from Erin Condren was delivered today, and it is an affiliate box, which means that it's got some new stuff in it. And I can tell you that it is back to school stuff. And actually the box arrived on the same day that we are allowed to share. So you may have already seen some pictures of these things floating around social media. But we've got some new writing tools that I think you might really enjoy. And we've got some new accessories and things for back to school, but not just for teachers or parents, but also for students and people who are not in school at all, just people who like to have fun office organizational supplies. All right, so I would like to decorate this with some deco sheets, but I feel like I need to go ahead and put down the functional things first. I started to get carried away and just go ahead and pop this little firework down, but I think I better wait. Let's put birthdays and paydays and other events down and go back into time lapse for that so I can write slowly and it won't bore you to death. think I've got most of my things mapped out for the month. There are probably some that I've missed, but that's a good start. And I rarely use my sidebar on the month view, so what I'm going to do this time is try out my memories, because I have a header for that I have not yet used. So let's just put that here. And then we're going to add some deco and go on to the dashboard page. Well, part of that was cut out because my brother called and I filmed with my phone. So part of that was cut out. But here is a closer look at some of the stuff that I added in, perhaps while the camera was not filming. All right, so we are finished with this, and we're going to go over to this is my memory verse page, and this is my dashboard page. So let's do the dashboard first. And for that, what I'm going to do is my book of the month here. And we've got a background sticker for that, and that'll kind of go right there. Then we're going to have a focus of the month or a challenge of the month down here. And then this is normally financial tasks and household tasks. So that's probably what we're going to do there. So let's go ahead and place this. Last month for June, my challenge of the month, and I'm going to try to brighten this up slightly for you. My challenge of the month last month was to get our nursery set up because we have a grandbaby due this month. So I could have decorated that whole monthly spread with a baby theme, but I just went with Patriotic. I put the baby's due date, but we just don't know when baby's going to be born. But my goal last month was to get the nursery set up because we want to have a room in our house that if we have my son and daughter-in-law who are having this baby over to visit, they won't have to lug any equipment like a pack and play or you know, they'll probably have to lug some things, but not as much. So we have a crib set up in one of the bedrooms, and we have a little changing table pad. I turned a dresser into a changing table, and which was pretty simple to do. And so that is all set up. So my big goal for June is finished. We actually received the crib itself for free. It was one that was given to my son and daughter-in-law as a hand-me-down, or else they picked it up on the side of the road. I have no idea. But it was a freebie that they ended up not being able to use, and so they gave it to us. And it just so happens to be the same color wood furniture, like a blonde wood, that we have in the rest of that bedroom. So it's absolutely ideal. So my challenge this month, I'm really torn because I do have some like professional things that I need to get done, but my life is going to be consumed with the excitement of this new baby because it's our first grandchild. So part of me wants to just make my challenge of the month become a grandmother. Or, you know, visit baby lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of times. That's what part of me wants to do. The other part of me thinks I need to just, you know, also remember that I have some responsibilities. And now, so this is a new deal here. If you have the Harmony Planner, the Harmony theme, we didn't last year have, or at least I didn't in my mid-century circles, didn't have color right here. I think I'm not going to be able to, I mean, you can't really go between your coil and white that out. So should I just leave it and then cover up the July part like this? Probably so. Let's just do that. And we'll just not worry about the tan kind of, it's not really bold back there. So we just won't worry about that. All right, so let's put, I already know what the book of the month is, so let's start with that. This is book 2. in the Sensible Shoes series. It's a 3-book series, and the author is Sharon Garlow Brown, and this is fiction. It's also from a Christian perspective, very much so, and it's about these 4 women who are all from different backgrounds, who are all facing totally different struggles, but who wind up together in the first book. And this is a continuation of that first book. So I've already printed the cover of the book on HP Sprocket sticker paper. And so now let's spend a few hours getting the backing off of it so that we can stick it. Here we go. Started to budge. There we go. So this stuff is great for a book of the month. It's great for that. I've got my HP Sprocket linked in the video description. It's what they call the Select. And all that means is that the size of the print is a little bit larger than the original HP Sprocket. And it's not the best printer like for pictures of people, but it's super great for graphics. I think all of those have turned out really well when I do book covers or some other clip art or graphic type thing. All right, so here's my book of the month header sticker. I think it's a little bit too far to the left, but I don't know if I can pull this off without damaging it. Did I size it just right? Okay, so what I ought to do really is just get that side in the right spot. And then go like that. Book of the month. Okay, so book 2, I didn't even say the title. It's 2 steps forward. So book 1 is Sensible Shoes. This is 2 steps forward. And book 3 is something like Barefoot. I can't remember. All right, so let's put headers on these 2 boxes. Household goals, I usually put here on the second box. And I usually put financial goals or financial tasks in the top box, but those are interchangeable, really. There's not a huge difference in the size of the box. The top one's bigger, but I can fit whatever I need to in either one of those. And let's do challenge of the month on the big box. Still haven't decided what I want to do here. Now, I usually put my challenge of the month right there, but let's put it in the middle just for a change. Okay, challenge of the month. All right, and then I have some divider strips that I can use to divide these things, or I can use one in the center here to have like one. You know what? That's what I need to do. I need to have one goal that is kind of family related and one goal that is business. So let's split this in half and pull this guy up. If it'll come, nah, we won't worry about that. Let's just start it. Goodness gracious. Can I fit it in there? So anyway, just now when my brother called, he lives in Los Angeles. Now he was raised in Southwest Virginia, just like I was. Now, when I say Southwest Virginia, there's usually somebody who thinks I'm talking about Southwest Virginia, as in the state West Virginia. But no, that's not what Southwest Virginia is. Southwest Virginia is in the state of Virginia, and it's just the southwest portion of the state. So anyway, he called and he had somebody on speakerphone and they wanted to ask me about something. And apparently, I have quite an accent because this friend, don't know where the friend is from, but said, I love your accent. I could listen to that all day. And I'm just feeling a little bit like a freak. Like, what? I'm an oddity. That's a little bit how I felt, like I'm an oddity. But it's true. When I listen to myself, I know I have a Southern accent. I've fought it for years. And believe me, when we lived in Texas for a while, it was much worse then. You can take my word for that. Compared to then, my accent is non-existent right now. I just wanted to move that one up a little bit higher, and then I will write. But then, you know, we've got some little sections here this way. There we go. Okay, and then for household goals, let's put this one little plaid one in the middle and just have 2. I'm loving these colors a lot. All right, and I did make a little dollar sign to put with this financial tasks box. We put it here, here, here. Let's put it there. And then a little asterisk to use for whatever, but I'm going to use it in the household box. Okay, I actually had another phone call, so the camera cut off again and you missed a lot of this good stuff. But anyway, here's what we have. And so now I have to choose my challenges and write them in. So let's do the financial tasks first. And then we want to decide what the 2 household goals are going to be. And then my biggies, I'm going to have 1 professional challenge of the month and 1 personal one. There we go. Okay, so here's what I chose. Set up my July budget, pay all my July bills, fill my cash envelopes. That's kind of standard stuff. And then household goals, I purged so much stuff out of my closet last month. I want to continue the purge and donate. And then we have some flower pots outside that just have dirt in them, and I would like to put some actual flowers in them. And then my professional goal is to get my piano registration forms emailed out to the families that I work with. And then I want to have a family dinner night, and hopefully before a baby is born. I decided not to make it a baby specific goal because baby is just going to be, it's just not something I'm going to plan. I'm just going to love meeting our first grandchild. But I would love to have a family dinner night where we all get together and pray for our family and just laugh and have fun. And we need to have a birthday party do-over for one of our family members because she was sick on her birthday. So those are my goals. And then what I'm going to do over here is put my memory verses for all of July. I do 1 memory verse per week that I try to just write once a day and read it a few times whenever I see it throughout the day, and then hopefully commit it to memory by the end of the week. So what I did with my last planner was to use the keyword, like the bold word on the monthly tabbed page. I decided that I would not be locked into that, but I did give it a try. I decided not to go with potential though. It says your potential to succeed is infinite. I went with infinite, and I chose my verses based on that. And when we look at the calendar, I already had a verse in place for this week because this is mostly June. So I have already got that verse taken care of. So I'm going to start here. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 memory verses that we're going to write out, and each one of them is going to have the word infinite in it. Okay, here they all are, and I normally like to go back and forth between Old and New Testaments, but it didn't work out that way this month just because when I searched with the specific word infinite in mind, that just didn't happen, but that's okay. So we've got the memory verses for the whole month. Now, just to clarify, if you do the same memory verses that I do, this first week that I did my plan with me in this planner, this verse came from my June list in my former planner. So it won't be until next week that we start using these memory verses. So book of the month, 2 steps forward, got my financial household tasks, challenges of the month, my memory verses, and I think also while I was on a phone call and the camera was not rolling, I did add more deco. So let me just give you some close-ups of all of this good stuff. Way patriotic and fun. I love red, white, and blue together. And I went ahead and added these little dot stickers. I think I did that off camera just to kind of give me just some color, but also to just separate the memories that I might add in there. And then you may have seen when I was showing you that I'm going to use the word infant in my memory verses that I've got this here. This is my July prayer for the month. So I've already written that out. When I do my weekly plan with me's, it's not this plan with me. But when I do my weekly plan with me's, I say a prayer for the coming week, and I just have started writing out the prayer, and I use that same prayer for the entire month. So this is the July prayer of the month, and I would like to add just some red, white, and blue or something up here. Here's an Erin Condren washi that I believe came with a seasonal surprise box, but I'm not positive. I think it was with that Believe seasonal surprise box, if you know what I'm talking about. We got a cover, like an interchangeable cover that had a similar look to it. And so this will be the blue, and we can pretend like these stars are fireworks and stuff, or not. And I don't have red, but I've got this really, really dark orangey red. So maybe we can just fool ourselves into thinking that's red. Let's do it. And so that I can get this to line up just right on the left, I'm going to let it overhang a little bit and then cut it. And I'm using a handy scraper, which is a super cheap little razor blade tool to cut my washi. These are linked in the video description, along with a bunch of other stuff that I use often. But you can also check your CVS little hardware section on the aisle that has household stuff, and you might find a 2-pack of handy scrapers there, possibly. All right, so now I think that looks cute, and we're all done. I'm not going to pray this prayer with this plan with me. I do my prayers at the end of my weekly plan with me, so that's coming up in a few days. But here's another look at everything. And I'm so glad that you guys joined me. I'm glad you're here. If this is your first time here, welcome. I hope you'll come back. And here's my, I don't know if you saw this, but this was a Mitford theme. My favorite book series is the Mitford series by Jan Karen. And I chose to do this because the main character, Father Tim, his birthday is June 28th. June 28th. And I don't know if you caught this. If you're a Mitford fan, you might have. But Cynthia, his wife's birthday, is going to be this month, July 20th. Probably not going to do another Mitford spread, though. We'll just let well enough alone. But anyway, thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.